What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of NHL 24 Calgary Flames Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. You can leave a thumbs up on this one as well. I do appreciate it. As you guys can see, we're currently 3-3 in the preseason. Calgary, their leading scorer, 9 points in 6 games. I know a lot of people kind of doubting, me holding on to him, but hopefully he'll be able to turn around here after dropping down 84 overall. He is getting older, but I have seen him, have a really good kind of late 30s career. Avalanche there won their second Stanley Cup in 4 years, so pretty impressive. I've said before, it's going to be tough, getting through them and the Oilers in the West, but I think we can do it if we build this team right. So I'll show you guys what they're looking like. I think we've had quite a bit of growth. We brought in a new head coach in the last episode. You can see Jacob Pelche there, definitely a big surprise. Already 87 overall, a few X factors. He's only 24, so definitely can still keep getting better. We brought in Claude Giroux there on a 1-year deal. I'm thinking if we're competing, we hold on to him. If not, retain 50%, trade him away. Natchez there's down 89. That first line gets +5. Coronado down 85 on the second line with Zary and Kadri. You got Nyquist, Backlund, Yanni Gourde back on the team. They're on the third with Schwint, Dewar, and Foote on the fourth, getting a +1. Defensively, Anderson, Larson, top pair, get a +5. Broberg, McNabb, Ball, Martinez. So brought in a few guys there, Martinez, McNabb, and Larson. Try to, sure up that defense. Goaltending, Wolf, of course, our starter. Vladash there backing him up. Looking at power play 1, you can see they get a +5. So overall, I feel like the chemistry is not that bad. Power play 2 is a 0. 4-man 1's a +5. 4-man 2 will almost never see the ice. PK 1 gets a +4. Jacob Pelche honestly getting a lot of ice time, so we'll see kind of how he can play for us. But like I was saying, overall, I think the chemistry here is looking pretty good. We got some decent two-way players as well. In terms of the AHL team here, got Dennis Sank on the first line with Edstrom and Fajimo. Really curious to see how Edstrom can play 6'7". If he could be like a future, fourth line center for us, it'd be pretty cool. He's already got 85 D awareness, so definitely a chance. Pretty decent physical there as well. I can see Stromgren, of course, our leading scorer. I think, Ty Voigt could potentially become a player. We brought in Luke Misa after drafting his brother. Also got Honzik there on the third line. I'm hoping he can eventually make the NHL team. Defensively, Thrun, Brucewick's top pair. I mean, other than that, maybe Yermo can break through. But like I was saying, pretty good things to look forward to. I'll show you guys the ratings here also too. Have to do some contract extensions. So as you guys can see here, we currently have 94 offense, 84 defense, 85 goaltending. I'm surprised our defensive rating is not higher to bring in some guys, but honestly, that's all right. Hopefully this team can be in some high-scoring games that are fun for the fans to watch and maybe make a push here at a playoff spot. And like I was saying, guys, I want to look at some contract extensions here. So we currently have $13.5 million cap space, which is quite a bit, especially after, how many guys we signed. Anderson wants 9.6. I mean, he's 89 overall. He's been on an absolute steal of a deal there at 4.6 for the past, 5 years, I want to say, something like that. 9.5 is pretty fair. I think, if we wait, it's not going to go up crazy. Basically, what I'm waiting for is to see where we're at. If we're still not doing great, I mean, honestly, though, even if we're not doing great, he's only 28. Once we start to compete, he'll still only be, early 30s. So, you know what? Let's get him signed. We need him for 5 more years. It only gets about $1 million more expensive. We're offering him early. If he would take, I don't know, would he take 9.25 for 5 years? I don't think that's that bad. Closure is a 1 year, same with Nyquist. So, again, can trade them away at the deadline if we're not looking good. Backlund, let's see what he wants. 2.5. Yeah, okay. So if he doesn't retire, I'll bring him back at 2.2. Should say yes to that. McNabb, Dewar. It's not a bad fourth liner. He's only asking for $1 million. Okay, yeah. So worst case, we can just bury that entire thing. And then in terms of goalies, Wolf can be extended now. And he wants $3 million for 2 years. Maybe it's because he's coming off not a great season. So that'll be till year 5. Does jump up quite a bit year 3. So yeah, let's try and get him cheap right now. Although, you know what? We have the money. 5 years should be the rest of the franchise. It's costing us $7 million, 4, 6. Wow, interesting. Okay, so yeah, might as well do the 2 years. We're definitely gonna have more money next couple years than 3, 4 years down the road, but at that point, the price was just not worth it anyways. And look at this, guys. The captain Backlund immediately accepted the offer. Let's go. So he wants to stay at Calgary Flame, potentially, be a part of a Stanley Cup winning team. Kadri there, 11.7 games. Dewar comes back, $1 million. Still waiting to hear back from a few other guys like Anderson, who said yes. Okay, I think 9.25 for an 89 overall defenseman who's only 28. Honestly, is really good. Wolf as well. That bridge deal, or I guess second bridge deal, I think was fair value. Claude Giroux put up 4 points in game 1. We're actually 2-0 to start. Let's go. And so nothing to say here, guys. The record is 17, 19, and 2. It definitely looks a little bit worse because we just lost our last 4 games. Obviously, before that, we were 17, 15, and 2. And we're still kind of competing. We're second last in the division. But if you look here, we're actually only 4 points back wildcard spot. That's 2 wins. We're definitely not out of it. I think, right now the divisions are both pretty close. So I feel like we'll definitely wait till the deadline to decide what to do with our 1 year deals like Giroux, Nyquist, etc. I think, again, if we're right on the cusp of a playoff spot, we probably hold on to them. But if we're clearly not going to make it, we'll make some trades. And we just got an interesting trade here, guys, from the LA Kings. Easton Cowan in a second round pick for Yanni Gourde there. and a 4th. I'm going to wait. Again, I want to see where we're at. We're currently, wow, we were just in a wildcard spot. Pittsburgh Penguins fire their head coach. We then dropped out of it. You can see it is going to be very close. Connor Ingram for a 4th. I think we're fine in terms of goaltending. We have now lost 5 games straight, 6 games straight. So that was what happened to our wildcard spots. 6 straight losses is never going to help you out. So at the deadline here, guys, we have 63 points, and the lowest wildcard there is 70. So we're 7 points back. We definitely were in the mix, and then, yeah, like I said, we lost 6 straight games, and that pretty much put us out. If we win even half of those, we got 69, and that would have been nice because we would have been only 1 shy there of the playoffs. Unfortunately, not the case. AHL team, they are 21, 24, and 7. What is the deal with the AHL team? I feel like they should be doing a lot better than that. Current leading scorer for them, Ilya Nikolaev, almost a point per game, mostly assists. NHL-wise, is Natchez, 57 and 64, so he's been quite good for us. I would say at the deadline here, we're a conservative seller. Obviously not going to be trading away any of our core pieces, but all of the like 1-year deals, I think it does make sense to move on from here because it doesn't look like this team's a playoff team. Even if we come out, squeaked in, I don't think we'd be doing any damage. Jake Andrei only signed a 1-year, $4 million deal. Interesting. Hamilton, Trocheck, Laine, Mark Stone, Hannafin, Matheson. I mean, none of these guys really fit our team. You can see we do have Giroux on the block. Doesn't have a ton of value, though. Again, due to his age, I'm sure. So let's see what's out there in terms of the trade market. I would definitely like a young defenseman. We have Perek coming up, but not really much apart from him. I guess Bruce Wicks too, but we'll see. I'm not too confident how good he'll actually get. Now this sucks, guys. I was trying to make a trade for Ozins here on the Hurricanes. Elite potential defenseman. Pretty much exactly what I was looking for. And unfortunately, they traded him within like the first 30 minutes of the deadline. Just terrible luck. And now next year, guys, are trying to get traded the LA Kings. This would be an absolute steal for us. Pollock here, defenseman with elite potential, was a 4th overall pick 2025. Actually, 1 higher than the other guy on the Hurricanes. He was taken 5th in 2025. Easton Cowan, of course, they were trying to trade us before. Solid Leafs prospect. I'm offering up Buckley here. He's an elite potential forward for us, but we have Martin, we have Misa, we got a Ginla. Definitely, I think, can afford to trade him here for defenseman. Also, Yanni Gord's got quite a bit of value because he's got 21 goals this year, so 35 points total. Good contract. I'm actually retaining $1 million of it for next season. Value's on our side. I'm not sure if this is a little bit too greedy, but we'll see what they say. Trades rejected, just a bit off in value. Okay, so we could potentially get Pollock there and Easton Cowan. Do we have a 7th? I mean, let's see. We basically just have 6. You know what? I'll give him a 2027, 6 there. And they're saying yes. So I think that's an awesome trade for us. And look at this, guys. All of a sudden, Zach Werenski on the trade block. He's 28, so the same age as Anderson. We potentially have those two as our future, top D pair. Making 9.5 for the next 3 years. I mean, the value's quite high, but you never know. Maybe we can make something happen. Now, I'm looking at our players here, guys. Unfortunately, I can't really make a trade happen for Werenski. It would cost us Natchez, which we could do, but, like, he's 27. He's our best player. Obviously, we don't want to give up any of these really good young players, so, yeah, I don't think we can make that happen. Werenski, as he should, has a bit too much value. And now next year, guys, I'm trying to trade Claude Giroux back before the Panthers to get a 2nd-round pick. Mikula's just there for the salary. Pretty equal value. You can see they are a positive record team, so give them a chance at a Stanley Cup. And Panthers say no. Value on the table's too far off. I mean, could add a pick on our side. Maybe do like a 5th here with Giroux. Now they say yes. Okay, so we'll only move up 3 spots, but still not too bad. Panarin on the block. Oh my, 93 overall. Again, that trade value going to be, way too expensive to trade for. Plus, he might actually be in free agency. Also, 2 guys looking around. We're trying to maybe trade Giroux back to Ottawa. Check out this goalie that they have on the trade block. Lukowicz here. 19 years old, 62 overall, high elite potential. If we didn't have Dustin Wolf, could definitely go for this dude. And they absolutely stole him too in the last draft. 3rd round, 2025. I don't know how I missed him. I think I only checked the first 2 rounds for steals. Should have checked the 3rd because, yeah, what a pick by them. Thought about trying to, make a trade happen with Giroux, but it would have cost us like a 1st-round pick. And if we somehow win the lottery, I don't want to trade Calvin McKenna for a goalie. And now next year, guys, we're trying to send Nyquist home to the Red Wings to get Emil Hemming, who's actually a pretty solid prospect, 1972, 2-way forward. I like his defensive stats. Could maybe be like a really good 3rd-line center for us. Also taking back Justin Holl just for the contract. He's down to like 77. Without Holl, it was pretty equal, so I think they wouldn't care about throwing him in. Trades rejected. Value on the table too far off. Okay, interesting. Do they want one of the defensemen? They actually do. We'll try adding Martinez first. We have to take back another bad contract. Let's do like Gustafson there. Let's see what they say now. Trade still rejected. All right, rather than Martinez, I tried throwing McNabb onto the trade. Still rejected. Okay. What if we do like a 3rd-round pick with Nyquist for Hemming? Wow. Gotta try and get something quick here for him. Avs 2nd. Colorado be over the max salary cap. I'll retain 50%. I still have McNabb and Martinez to trade too, but took too long, I guess, trying to move all these deals. And let's see, a second there. We do get something. I feel like this is in real life when maybe you could have gotten a bit more than a second for Nyquist. And then we have McNabb, Martinez. Might as well try and trade them here. I don't even know what we're really going to get here, but we'll try. Somebody with some cap space. The Jets don't have it. The Vegas Golden Knights, we could try this. Send them back there. Would they give us, I don't know, like their second round pick? I'm moving so fast. Take back Ristolainen, 2 years, $5 million. I mean, probably won't hurt us. It's still not going to work. Let's see. Vancouver Canucks. I'm running out of time. Second round pick. We need a bad player. Scandella. Oh, I'm not going to have the time. All right, so unfortunately, McNabb Martinez couldn't get moved. Just took a bit too long, but still, I feel like we got some pretty good returns there on the assets. Again, added a bunch of second-round picks, of course, too. I think, you know, making our team a little bit worse gives us a better chance at Gavin McKenna here. Looking through, EJ Emery to the Golden Knights, Wallman there to the Ducks. I don't really think I missed too much. Most of the other trades were ours. I guess Nick Leddy returns to Blackhawks. You got Wenberg there to the Preds. A lot of picks being moved. Jacob Trouba to the Blackhawks. Interesting. Our trade, of course, that elite defenseman with Easton Cowan. Boone Jenner to the Hurricanes. Leaves Columbus. Barbashev there to the Flyers. Nicholas Hague to the Canucks. Evgeny Malkin with Michael Bunting to Carolina Hurricanes. So Bunting returns, but Malkin leaving Pittsburgh. That's pretty big news. Nicholas Wall there to the Preds. You got Fax of the Kings. Matheson there to the Hurricanes. Ferraro to the Ducks. Okay, in return for Killorn. I didn't even realize, guys, in the trade summary, but the Hurricanes gave up that elite defenseman from Michael Matheson. They actually added a third and a fifth. That's nuts. He must have went up in rating. And now to the trade deadline, guys. I'll give you an updated look at the team. The forward group's definitely quite depleted. Pelche, Zeri, Natchez isn't a bad first line. After that, though, you don't have much. But I will say, it definitely isn't as bad as it looks. We have so many good young players coming up. Mentioned before, Misa, Martone, Ginla. Like, there's a lot of guys. I think there's somebody else I'm even forgetting. So I feel like a lot of those guys should be making the team next year. Like, you can see Connor Dewar playing second line wings. Definitely not where he should be. Nolan Foote's moved up to the third line there with Backlund. Denisenko going from the AHL to third line. You got Schwinn still on the fourth line there with Edstrom now and Fajimo. Defensively is actually still the same. The only difference is I've got Broberg top pair, trying to get more ice time, see if we can get him up from an 83. Ball also gained more ice time because not really sure if McNabb and Martinez can be brought back. Definitely wish, you know, we could have made that trade happen at the deadline, but we basically spent too long trying to make some sort of blockbuster happen that fell through, which is why there's a time limit. That way there is, you know, a bit on the line. In terms of the AHL team, I think they still look good. Obviously, Easton Cowan brought in there. Honzik's on the second line center spot now, but defensively, we got Pollock as well, who we just traded for. Should do, I think, really well there. So hopefully, AHL team can maybe put something together here, make a late playoff push, and obviously NHL team trying to lose games here and give ourselves the best chance at Gavin McKenna. I don't understand this game sometimes, guys. We made the playoffs. We made the playoffs. We got the last wildcard spot in the West. We actually tied the Avs there. Both had 90 points. The Wild there also had 90. We beat them out. I'm not going to lie. So the deadline happened. We lost the first game. I was like, okay, that's what I want to see. We beat the Blues. It's whatever. It's one game. Another loss, another win. Lose the Coyotes. Then all of a sudden, beat the Sharks both games. Beat the Avs. Beat the Sharks again. Beat the Avs 8-0. And I think actually this win against the Sharks, we ended up going on a, what is that? I guess we got OT loss to the Preds. We still pick up a point. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game point streak, winning 8 of them. We only lost 1, 2, 3 regulation games after the deadline, and then only 4 games total. I was looking at it like, are you kidding me? We're not going to have any shot here at McKenna. We actually ended up making the playoffs. So luckily we did. If we didn't, we would have just played ourselves into complete no man's land, no playoffs, no lottery pick. Luckily, we at least have, you know, a chance here. So who knows, maybe we can go on a Cinderella run here. I really don't understand how we started playing so well. AHL team actually finished with a positive record. Unfortunately, 8th place in the division. I guess they just earn a good one. They're 7 points back there, wildcard spot. So everybody in front of them, or actually, sorry, they're 8 points back. So yeah, everybody would have to lose. They'd have to win all 4, and they'd have to get the tiebreaker, which I don't think is going to happen. Nikolaev there ended up being the leading scorer, 61-68. NHL-wise, it is Natchez there, 76-82. You guys can't see me. I'm shaking my head. I don't understand how this happened. Matt Coronado popped off this season. 72 there and 82. Mostly assists too, which is kind of interesting. He's a sniper, but he's got 94 passing there. The shots kind of mad. He's got a good skater. So awesome to see. We got him locked up, 3.5 for the next 6 years. Amazing contract. Jacob Pelche, 70-point season. What did he put up last year? He had 57. So yeah, he just keeps getting better. I love that. I know in past games I traded for him all the time, never really grew. Good to see him actually doing it here with his Calgary Flames. Connor Zary at 60. Kadri 55 is not bad. Hopefully at least stays at 84. Backlund at almost 50 as a third line center. Really impressive. 12 minutes of ice time. Jeez. Anderson there, 49. One shy of 50 is not bad for D-man. Broberg, 28. You got Dewar there. Again, when you looked at that forward group, I just don't get it. Edstrom here, 6 points to +5. I guess, yeah, look at the guys we brought up. +6 there for Fajimo. So interesting to see how this turned out. Dustin Wolf here ended up with a 901 save percentage, 329 goals against. So very average. I guess just good enough to get us into the playoffs. Sergey there in the AHL, 905. What is he? 78 high fringe starter now. So good chance he could end up being the backup, taking Vladash's spot behind Nikolaev. Bruce Wick actually next scoring leader, 42. Easton Cowan also at 42. 11 and 15 with us is pretty solid. So we'll take a look at the entire NHL now. I'm still just so dumbfounded. How did this team make the playoffs? Pasternak 116, McKinnon and Pedersen there both 110. Bedard absolutely crushing it. Now a 96 at 20. He's still on his entry level deal. He's a 96 overall. That's just stupid. Nichushkin 105. Oh my goodness. What a season for him. That coming out of nowhere? Last year at 98. Oh my. That's awesome for Avs fans. Actually playing. Gensel, Kucherov, Rantanen in there, Reinhart. No McDavid. Wow. Besser there. Kurashev 98. So he's literally just riding shotgun with Bedard and somehow becoming an absolute stud. That's like the, I think, Chris Kunitz effect. Maybe Jonathan Chichu. McDavid there at 97. Most goals, Matthews 61. So again, taking on the Maurice Richard. Bouchard, most points for the D-man. He's also got pretty good plus-minus, so should be winning the Norris. Most of the guys you'd expect. No one really knew. I guess Matheson here I was curious about. So he had 69 points. He's 87. I mean, still elite potential defenseman is a lot to give up for him, although I guess, we got ours pretty cheap as well. Stuart Skinner, most wins again. Edmonton Oilers, like I said, they're going to be a problem. I think we might even play them round 1. Save percentage here for a starter. Got to go all the way down to Vanacek. Interesting, with the Capitals at 9-1. Wow, did not expect to see him. And then goals against, best for a starter is Vasilevsky at 285. It might be Vasilevsky winning another Vezina Trophy. Rookie skaters here. Ponomarev, who's a part of the Jake Gensel trade, 54 and 81, 83 overall. Okay, so pretty cool to see. Definitely a new name. James Hagen's there with the Capitals, had 52. Slightly better plus-minus. I don't think if it's negative, it should matter. Should go to Ponomarev with more points. Demidov actually there with the Ducks, tied with Daniil Gushin there and Poirier, all 44. Poirier, of course, we traded. He's now an 84, and that's so typical. As I include him in the Nature's trade, as he usually doesn't grow. And of course, right now he's an 84, only 23, looking pretty good there at 98 passing. Oh my! Luckily, we got Perek, we got Bruce Wicks. We're definitely gonna be fine. And we just traded for an elite potential offensive defenseman. Now, entire league here, guys. I was right. Oilers there. Another President's Trophy for them, 120 points. Only had 3 teams 100 plus, but they're all quite a bit above 100. And we actually finished 15th best team. So we didn't even steal our spot technically. Pretty crazy. It looks like actually some teams still have to play one game. Penguins last place. Oh my. Goals for Edmonton Oilers are in first. And we are not at the bottom, which is good. Seattle Kraken, though. 4th in the NHL. And then one of the lowest goals for. That is nuts. They must have one of the best goals against. Lightning there actually lean that way. We're not at the top. And we're also not at the bottom. So yeah, average team who just got on a heater right at the end and somehow squeaked into the playoffs. Obviously, anything can happen here now. A lot of luck involved with the playoffs. We do have the Oilers there in the first round, so this is our first Battle of Alberta. Pretty excited. If we could somehow upset the Oilers, I think that would be legendary. So take a look at that lineup. You got Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman as the first line, going top heavy, all 90 plus. Nuge, Savoy is now an 87, and Evander Kane there on the second line. I'm curious, Savoy, what's he making? Still on his entry-level deal, okay. Arvidsson's still there, playing with Henrique and Holloway on the third line. Yolinen, Boyd, Kapanen. Defensively, they got Nurse, Bouchard, Hakanpää, Ekholm, Kulak, Savard. So defensively, they're actually pretty much equal to us, but Bouchard, of course, a better number 1 than Anderson. And then goalie Skinner's only an 84, even though he gets all those wins. Kapanen backing him up. So kind of like real life, they don't have much defensive depth. The goalie's pretty mid, but they have an insane offense. So let's see what we can do here. We need Dustin Wolf to pretty much go God mode. Game 1 in Edmonton, 4-2 loss. Game 2 is a 3-0 loss. Let's just not get swept here. We're heading home to Calgary. We have a new arena at this point as well, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw those renderings. Looks like a sick new arena Calgary's getting. And we do get swept. So played ourselves out of the McKenna lottery just to get swept round 1 against the Oilers, get embarrassed. But you know what? Maybe that's some good experience for the players. I don't think that actually factors into growth at all, but I guess we can pretend. So since that's the playoffs, guys, definitely pretty anticlimactic there. Just getting swept in round 1, but at least it's growing, right? We're better than we were last year, so that is a positive. And the fact that the team did that with such little talent should mean, wow, Avs win the cup. They're third in 5 years. That is crazy. Of course, they go back-to-back there. And you got the Toronto Marlies there winning a Calder Cup. Good for them. So we'll get to the draft lottery. If like the 11th or something team jumps up. Okay, good. So 1 got it. 2. Oh, 15 actually. Boston jumps from 15 to 5. If we would have lost like 1 game, we could have potentially been picking top 5 instead of getting swept first round. Are you kidding me? And then after that, Columbus won the 2nd overall pick since Pittsburgh stays at 1. I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. It definitely gets a little bit convoluted when you got the kind of one of those late teams jumping up. Coronado, 3 points, 4 games. Good to see. I'm curious, I guess, how the rest of the guys did. I didn't expect anything from them, but I want to see, you know, who stepped up for us. Pelche had 3 points as well. Kadri was trying. Okay, you know, a lot of players there with only 1 point, but like, I weren't even supposed to be there. Dustin Wolf. I mean, playing against a high-powered Edmonton offense, a 9-1-8 is not bad. Definitely can't put it on him. Still, actually, I think he went up by 1 overall. Now an 87. Taking a look here at the playoff tree. So the Avs here go through Bedard and the Blackhawks in 6. The Blues in 6. They then sweep the Kraken after they beat the Oilers. And then they beat the Sens there in 5. Weren't the Sens in another Stanley Cup final? Take a look at the awards. I swear, we got to take a look at the Prince of Wales. But as you can see, like I said, Avs back-to-back Stanley Cups and 3 cups in 5 years. They're a dynasty. Oilers 3 straight Presidents trophies, no Stanley Cup. That's tough. And then let me see here. Yeah, Ottawa back-to-back Prince of Wales. So kind of like Red Wings Penguins, but the Avs actually get the better of them both times. Individual awards here. Pasternak finally taking that Rush trophy from McDavid. Pedersen though gets the Hearts. Bouchard does get the James Norris. Khrushchev, Lady Bing. Interesting. Hagen's got the Calder. Wow, so that plus-minus was the difference. I think he kind of stole it. 2 less points, and he's both negative players. Rantanen and Conn Smythe. Vasilevsky there, back-to-back Vezinas. Also got the back-to-back William Jennings. Pollock, back-to-back Masterton, okay. Seattle coach Jack Adams. Barkov, Selke, Pedersen, Ted Lindsay, and then Matthews there with his 2nd straight. Maurice Richard. AHL-wise, we mentioned the Marlies there with the Calder Cup. And then Brandon Nygaard there, most points. We'd love to see that with the Red Wings. Malenik there, MVP. Kuhns, most goals. Rabkin, best rookie. Bouillon, best defenseman. You got Grubauer there, best goalie. Verberg, I feel like the T has to be silent. MVP of the playoffs. Rabkin, sportsmanship. Caleb Jones, community involvement. And then Kemper there, actually lowest goals against. It's always funny when you see like those veteran goalies being dropped to the AHL and actually, you know, putting up some good numbers, winning awards. So we'll get to the draft now, guys, as well as retired players. Should be interesting, like I said. The team showed me that they're done rebuilding. They made the playoffs. I respect it. Phil Kessel retires there with the Florida Panthers AHL team. Pretty cool to see. Obviously, had a great career. Kyle Poso, Foligno, Sam Gagne. You got Marco Vlasic there. I am curious. Alec Martinez was 38 now, and he does not retire. Okay, so interesting. We could bring him back. Probably won't. Marc-Andre Fleury retires. Over 1,000 games played. Well done. 550 wins there. Very cool to see. You also got James Reimer retiring with 500 games played right on. And we're now entering the NHL draft, guys. You know what I just realized? I don't know why it took me so long. Pittsburgh goes from Mary Lemieux to Sidney Crosby to Gavin McKenna. Are you kidding me? It's just the same teams. Oilers go from Kretzky to McDavid. They're probably going to get like the next, you know, he's probably like 7 right now. The next absolute stud. Jamal Harrington, some made-up guy from Croatia, right winger. Wow. Imagine a Croatian franchise player, similar style Wayne Gretzky. Interesting. So I guess Pittsburgh's going to take him. And then who was it going number 2? The Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay, so I guess good for Blue Jackets fans. They're getting McKenna, but that is such an interesting player. Rubrek there, high elite going 3. So like I said, if we lost one more game, we could potentially jump from 15 to 5 like the Bruins did. You do have a lot of elite potential players here, though, because of, you know, the creative players being added. Craig Hutton there, center from Austria at 15. That's right around where we're going to be picking, so I got to make sure we get that pick. He's NHL ready. Similar style Joe Noondike. Could be like a sick third-line center. You also got Joey Kinla, Tidjiginla's brother. I feel like everyone's going to want me to get him, but the elite potential guy I feel has to be, you know, priority number 1. And next you guys look at the Gems. You got a couple top 10 picks. Halpern, 73, okay. Really not much there. Guaranteed potentials, all right. I mean, Garden. Brody, 46, maybe high elite defenseman. He's probably like a high top 6, maybe high top 4, honestly. You never know. Guaranteed medium elites. Is there going to be a stud going late? Obviously, we know about Hutton. Penzik here, late 2nd round, left winger. That's actually a sick pick, so we gotta make sure we have a second to get him, which we should. We have a few. Also got a guaranteed medium top 6, gonna go 3rd round. Another one going 4th. Not bad work by the scouts. All right, guys, now I'm not sure if the Ducks will go for this, but I'm offering them the 18th overall pick for 14. I'm also throwing in Manning here, lowly potential prospect, and then Nolan Foote. I feel like we have other guys who can kind of play his role, that physical 4th line winger. We'll see what they say. The pick's on the block, which should help us. The value's on our side. And they say yes. Okay, so I didn't really have to give up too much. Now I'm hoping that guy we were looking at is still available. He's supposed to go 15, so we're moving up by 1. Now the creation wonder, whatever you want to call him, Harrington there, does go first overall to Pittsburgh. McKenna goes 2. Pittsburgh messed up. McKenna's 1 overall higher. So yeah, they definitely should have just taken the dude with the face. I guess we'll sim to our pick. And Adam Nemec just taken by the Red Wings. So okay, I think we're going to get a steal here. A lot of high top 6 forwards, high top 4 defensemen. Burchild there at 8 was the last elite potential player. You got Boychuk, Kosick, Fedorov, Kvasha, a Rubric there, of course, at 3. Sharks still picking high. Celebrini hasn't turned that team around quite yet. And we, of course, are going to take Craig Hutton here. And I'm very, very excited to run up and take this pick from Austria. 81 overall sniper. Okay, I thought it'd be a 2-way forward, similar to Nieuwendyk, but I don't mind this at all. Really good shot there. 5 stars out of the draft. Already NHL ready, especially like he should be probably similar overall to Misa, to Martone. I think, like I said, we're going to have a team of like half rookies next year. Should be a lot of fun. And now next year, guys, I'm offering the Panthers their 51st pick back plus a second next year for their 19th overall pick. I don't know if 2 seconds, one's mid, and then a second next year for 19 will be enough. Never mind. Apparently it is. Okay, so Joe Ginla's supposed to go at 22. At 19, yeah, okay, I was going to say should still be available. So we get him and his brother. We actually have Anna Ginla being drafted by us, which I think, you know, should make everybody happy. I'm hoping he's at least medium top 6, and he is. 73 overall sniper there, actually just like his brother. So hopefully, you know, those two can end up being a sick duo for us. And now next year, I'm trying to trade the Buffalo Sabres to get 2 of their second-round picks. They're both pretty early. They're actually back-to-back. Offering up a later second-round pick. Right here is elite potential goalie, so they actually are getting, you know, pretty good player. We got Wolf here. Plus, we got him in the 5th, so we're definitely getting good value. And then a third next year. The values are pretty equal. They say no. There are some guys they want that are like, you know, kind of whatever value. Ball, Thrun. I know Thrun, someone said, played at Harvard with Coronado. Just want to hold on to him for that reason. All right, guys, here's the new offer I'm making with Buffalo. Added Yogi Harji there for the roster spot. This Merrick goalie, only fringe star potential, but they want him. Also, Ball there, I'm actually willing to move on from if he does get us these picks. Trades accepted. Okay, so honestly, didn't have to add too much there, and I think we're going to get some really, really nice picks here at the beginning of the second round. Excited to go up here, pick back-to-back. A couple guys in particular I have pinned, so we'll get to that here, guys. I think the first one's going to be Trevor Brody, who could be high elite. He's at 45, and then the next guy will be the guaranteed elite winger there in Pensick. We have another second-round pick, 61. I'm really hoping to get Nelson here. It's actually NHL ready, so it could be like a high 70 medium top 6 player, but I will take Brody first here. Please be high elite. And he's high top 6. Okay, so we missed on him, which is going to happen. I was honestly thinking he was probably high top 4. That's all right. Luckily, we're going to follow that up with an elite potential player in Pensick. And 65 overall sniper. That is a steal. And now, guys, I'm trying to move up 2 spots in the late second round. I'm also adding Kuznetsov here with the Lightning to get that done. They say yes. I figured it was on the block, and they get a player. So hopefully we can get the guys NHL ready. Summers. I think he should still be here. No way. Did he get taken? He did. Are you kidding me? Nelson. Of course there's the Oilers. He was supposed to go 31. They take him at 28, 77, medium top 6. I don't really actually think I have a pick here, so might have to just trade back. Actually, guys, you know what? I didn't realize we were already picking at 62, so taking Halpern here is supposed to go 73. Is not even much of a reach. He's a gem. Low top 4. I thought at least a low elite. Honestly, the gems are so overrated. All right, guys, I'm now offering up a couple prospects here with a 6 to get the Preds 4th and 6th this year. Oscar Patterson, medium top 9, same with Bell. So basically, swapping 6th and then 2 guys there for the 4th. Seasons, Milano are just there for roster spots. Hopefully, they don't add anything. Trades accepted. Okay, so there we go. I'm hoping these kind of mid picks here are actually going to work out well for us. So pick number 100 right on. I'm hoping my guy's still there. I want to say you're supposed to go like 101. Or actually, Rafalski here, 104. Guaranteed medium top 6. 51 overall, but still good potential, obviously, in the late rounds. Another 4th round pick here, probably going to be reach on a guy at this point just because it's like whatever. We're going to take, so Central Scouting has him 176. We'll take a Gordy Sauer, guaranteed low top 6, only 52, but again, not that bad. And then now early here in the 6th, should be able to get the last player I want to take here in Urkamps, guaranteed low top 4 Enforcer, 56 overall, but early in the 6th round, I actually think that is a pretty good pick. So overall, guys, I think that was a good draft for us. Obviously, we missed on like the one guy who was, you know, potentially a high elite guy, ended up being a high top 6. Other than that, though, I think made some pretty good picks, especially getting Hutton at 14 and again at 19 in the first round. As far as the resign phase here, guys, Pelcher's up to an 88. Calder's an 87 now. Wow, he didn't even have that much better of a season than the year before. Yeah, he literally had 3 less points and he jumps 3 overall. I don't understand. I don't understand. Coronado went off, and he's only an 86. Maybe he'll even be higher by the start of the season. So Martinez, McNabb could bring back to be like bomb-pairing defenseman. If we do that, Broberg actually dropped to 82. I mean, I don't mind the second-round pick we gave up for him, but definitely was hoping he would have grown a little bit more. Yoki Harju just came back in a trade. Same with Mikkola. I do hope, one of our guys steps up. Ideally, would be either Parekh or Pollock. I think definitely have the highest potential, so them making the NHL the soonest would be the best for us. And now Martinez and McNabb are both 83s. Martinez 1 year, $2 million. McNabb 2 years, 2. I could just do a 1 year, $2 million for each of them. I think by that point, we have all these 79s. They may or may not jump this summer, so kind of just gives us an insurance option in case they don't, but it gives them 2 years to grow. I feel like, earn that spot. So if we do sign them, I don't feel as bad about not trading them away. Maybe, they were meant to stay on this team. I'll give McNabb an extra 100K, but it's still going to be a 1 year offer. Goalies, we got Wolf, Vladosh there. Cooley was good in the AHL, but I think it's time Andreanov there to be the AHL backup. Potentially, honestly, even AHL starter if he gets a bit of growth this summer, could pass Sergeev. And I'll look at the forward group here, guys. As you can see, all of our top players under contract, which top players, Connor Dewar is somehow our 7th best forward. Interesting. Season's there, we're letting go. Milano just came back in the national trade, we'll let him go. Hutton here we just drafted. He's going to be in our top 9 for sure, so we'll sign him. Dennis Senko should go back to be an AHL player. Stromgren, I mean, could maybe be a 4th line forward for us, honestly. I don't mind. Like, what's it going to cost us? 900K? Let's do 4 years, 925K. That could be a good deal if he does make the 4th line. If he doesn't, it's like an extra 100K for an AHL player. Who cares? Misa Martone, I'm going to give offers to because I think that they are going to be at least low 80s come, the start of the season. So we definitely have to pencil them into the top 9 spots, which if we do that, that's like 2 guys there. Hutton's a 3rd. Dewar is a 4th liner. So Backlund would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that we kind of already have a top 9 with Dewar on the 4th line, maybe a couple AHL guys. Can maybe sign some 4th liners. Comtois we can just let go, but we're going to have a lot of money. We have $33 million there in cap space. All right, guys, so Martinez there said yes. Same with McNabb. Again, I think 1 year, $2 million deals for both of them. Quite fair and honestly good value. Andreanov there again for the AHL team. All the young players joining, Martone, Misa, Parekh, even Lee Greentree, Fisher, Caswell, kind of all of our guys from that first year draft. You can see we have $31 million in cap space still, so we're going to have to spend money literally just to hit the salary cap floor minimum. And again, like defensively, we only need 1 guy. If we get growth, we don't need anybody. Goaltending, we are fine. And then forward-wise, honestly, if we just ran a bunch of rookies, we would be fine. So, like, might have to go the Chicago route, pay like a Nick Foligno $4 million, a Corey Perry $4 million, just to make sure we are at that cap floor minimum. But if there's a superstar, obviously could take advantage and maybe outbid every other team. And so it's now time for free agency, guys. Like I was saying, we got tons of money to spend, but I don't know if I actually want to spend it all. Jason Robertson, I mean, that would be pretty nasty. Bring him in, 26, RFA. Okay, never mind. Panarin, Michelli there's 88 overall. Actually, speaking of which, let's sort by overall. So Panarin's 95 overall, 34 years old. We definitely could pay him whatever he wants on like a 1 year deal. He wants 2 till he's 36. That's probably safe. All of our entry level guys, of course, won't have to get paid for 3 more years. So that could be kind of perfect. You could carry the load until, they're higher rated, like high 80s, I guess. When they come in, they'll definitely be like low 80s. Matheson, I don't really need, especially at 13 million. Kempe there, 8.3. I feel like we probably go hard on Panarin here. Nick Schmaltz, Jacob Chikrin, Patrick Laine. Drysdale is an RFA. Okay, I kind of assumed that. John Carlson is down to 85. Again, like we could sign Panarin, I don't know, 15 million for 2 years. We can outbid everybody. It might not even cost that much. And I think at that point too, we'd be definitely over like the league minimum salary cap. So it works out well. Let's try 13.5 for 2 years. Definitely, like I said, should be enough to overbid anybody else. Could maybe use 1 defenseman. Really don't need any other forwards because we have so many young guys coming up, like I was saying. Now we could maybe, I was thinking about it, make a trade like get rid of Broberg, bring in Chikrin. Although I do sign him all the time. I feel like people are going to get upset if I do that one. Liljegren, Ferraro, Jaracek there. I wouldn't mind actually making a trade potentially, get him on the team. I really don't understand this though. Like, Chikrin's literally asking for half of Matheson. He's only 2 overall less, and he's 4 years younger. Doesn't make any sense. Carlson actually had good numbers last year. 54 points with the Kraken. I mean, it was almost a point per game with them the year before that. 53 with Washington. Could give him like a 1 year deal. Still has good defensive awareness there. Passing's only 84. Would like it to be a little bit higher than that. He's actually asking for $8 million bucks. Okay, honestly, that's a bit high for him, I think. Now, goalies here, guys. Ottinger's now a free agent, 90 overall. Again, we have Wolf, we're fine. Demko there, Bobrovsky, so some pretty good goalies. Take a look here at two-way, just in case there's somehow an elite guy. Medium starter, Zavragan, 20 years old, 75. Who drafted him? Philadelphia. All right, I'll trade him for a 7th. I'll do the same thing I did with Harabel, just because we don't need him. No way, no way, no way. Cole Eiserman. What are you doing, Islanders? This is the guy, or sorry, you got drafted by Arizona here. We actually have to trade Eiserman back to Arizona. What are they thinking? We should not really get him for free. Like, that is so dumb. Hemming here, we actually were trying to trade for with the Red Wings. Couldn't make it happen. Now he's available for free. You know what? I'm going to take advantage of this one. We literally offered you a trade. You said no. You had your chance. Dorofayev here, 80 overall sniper. Pretty good player. I'm thinking could be an AHL superstar for us. Let's do 2 years there at 950K. Try and finally get them into the playoffs. Put Coles in as well, 25.79. Ryan Suzuki. I think I'll probably sign both these guys. And I was looking around the trade block, guys, trying to find an elite defenseman available. There's actually a couple. Devin Tays here with the Avs, 32 years old, 90 overall, making 7.25 for the next 5 years. Also on Arizona. Remember, it's really Utah. You got Sergachev, 89 overall, 20 years old, making 8.5 for the next 5 years. So Sergachev there is 1 overall less, but he is 4 years younger, making like a little over $1 million bucks more, same contract length. I think his value because of that's actually slightly high just due to the age reason. I'm honestly kind of more eyeing him. I feel like Tays, when he gets to 37, that contract might not still be very good, where Sergachev should keep his rating up till about 33. Defensively, I think Tays is slightly better. Sergachev, though, better physically. They actually have pretty equal offensive stats. So, going to make a big-time offer here for him. I feel like it's going to have to include Pensick, who we just got in like the 2nd round. I'm also thinking it'll probably include Broberg, just because kind of like the odd man out, as we'll have Sergachev Anderson as our top pair. Larson will probably be on the 2nd with, like, I'm hoping Perek or maybe the elite guy, honestly. And then McNabb Martinez on the bottom there. So you can even have one of these, younger guys come up. But again, with signing Martinez, McNabb, I'm planning for them to come up in a couple years. So Broberg's salary plus a bit of value. Those 2 guys alone does get it close. Ideally, we don't give up a 1st-round pick in case for some reason we suck. Don't even have a 2nd next year. Could do a 2nd 2028. We'd only have 2 picks at that point. We are really, running out of draft capital. But that would make it on our side. Honestly, he is on the block. I wonder, could we get away with 3rd-round pick next year? They'll probably say no to this. Trades rejected. Not up to snuff. So yeah, we'll have to do the 2nd. And then even then, that might not be enough. It's not. Folsky here we just drafted, only 51-18. Could move on from him too, just because, it's going to take him quite a while to grow. Trade still rejected. Okay, so Braden McNabb here does have some value. I mean, do we just risk it? Have a couple, young kids on the bottom pair, but make the top pair better? Pensick, Broberg 2nd, or Folsky McNabb for Sergachev. It's kind of like what, honestly, Utah gave up for him. A huge package, right? So, value's been on our side now. And they do say yes. Okay, so definitely have some spots, for young guys to potentially make the team. Again, we're going to try and get Panarin here for a huge contract. I think, overpaid by $2 million, 95 overall player, definitely worth it. Also, too, made some offers on some A scouts just to replace some of the C ones we have. Mostly it was like Europe, I think Russia, Finland, and Sweden getting new scouts. Still waiting to hear back here from some players. And Suzuki said yes, so should be improvement to the AHL team. Put Coles in, Dorofayev could honestly be a first line. Eiserman, like I said, I'm going to be nice, trade him back to the Islanders. Hemming, though, I'm keeping. We made an offer. Zavragan as well, I'll trade back to, I think it was the Flyers that had him. And look at this, guys. I actually can't trade the Flyers back their goalie as they maxed out their goalie spots. They've got 6. So in that case, I guess we're keeping them. The Islanders, though, I am going to trade Eiserman back to. I'm going to take a 6th instead of a 7th because they really messed up. It wasn't just like a decent player. Cole Eiserman's a very solid prospect, so they got to pay me a slightly higher tax here. Of course, they're going to say yes. And as I'm making this, guys, I realized I messed up. Eiserman was drafted by Arizona in-game, not the Islanders. So I kind of screwed Arizona there and helped out New York, but whatever. And there we go, guys. Panarin does say yes, signing with the Calgary Flames. I mean, I feel like we probably outbid every other team. Last year at the Rangers, he had over a point per game in the playoffs, so pretty excited. I think, our lineup should be set by now. And we still have almost $14 million in cap space, so I guess I said it's set. Honestly, probably should sign a defenseman just in case. Now for some defensive insurance, guys, I'm looking at Alexiak here. Solid D-sats and really good physical, obviously being 6'7". Dude's 250 pounds. Gonna give him a 1 year. We'll do 2.5. We'll still have over 10 million in cap space if we actually are, competing for a playoff spot. Could spend a ton of money at the deadline if we need to. And there you go, Alexiak date say yes. And next year, guys, trying to make a small trade. The Canucks offering up a few prospects we just don't need. I was looking at our AHL depth. These guys probably won't play. Canucks maybe give us 2/4 for this. Wow, okay, so actually really good trade for us. We actually have some draft capital in this draft now, and we have a ton of contract spots, like only at 39 of 50. Now it's kind of funny, guys. The Seattle Kraken offering us Jordan Eberle here in a 4th for a 4th and a 5th, so basically Eberle there for a 5th. Longtime Oiler. I'm going to say no. We have literally nowhere for him to play in the forward group. Wow. wow. I was just about to sim the start of preseason, guys, and the Pittsburgh Penguins and Toronto Maple Leafs made a blockbuster. Kyle Dubas bringing John Tavares back to Pittsburgh. He, of course, signed into that big free agent contract with $11 million, I think, for 7 years. And Toronto gets Pettersson and Chris Letang. So a couple defensemen. That is massive, especially to go down like in September here. So like I was saying, guys, I was just simming this other preseason so I can show you guys my ratings. But I just finished in the lines. I am super excited to see how this team plays this season. You got Poirier and Crummins there for Backlund. Definitely not trading away the captain. I will say Backlund, because we have so many good players, going to be playing 4C this year. But I think he'll do fine there. Of course, he's got, pretty good defensive stats. So like I was saying, guys, now that we're starting preseason, I will show you what this team is looking like. They are, I think, pretty stacked. So first line here, guys, you got Jacob Pelche, Martin Necas, and Artemi Panarin getting that +5. Necas we're actually trying in the middle. Hopefully he does well as the 1C. I don't know how I didn't notice when I signed him. Artemi Panarin's actually insane. Not only is he 95 overall, he has perfect puck skills, 99 everything. Senses are basically perfect. Discipline's hard to get above 95. Perfect shot and perfect skating. I don't think those are stats to start, so this is like insane. He's basically a perfect offensive player. He should carry. Honestly, I'm looking at this team. The only upgrade you could probably make is like Necas and somebody to get a 90+ center, because second line here is it's kind of like the players we're loyal to in Kadri, Zeri, Coronado. The third line here is absolutely sick. It's a rookie line of Porter Martone, Michael Misa, and Craig Hutton. Like, are you kidding me? We're going to have all 3 of these guys for the next 3 years at league minimum. That's just going to be such an advantage. Fourth line there, Samuel Honzek actually makes the team, playing with Mikael Backlund and Connor Dewar. Again, I think this team looks so sick. Defensively, we got Sergachev, Anderson is our new top pair. They're +5. And again, they're both, late 20s, so not too old yet. Parekh makes the team. He's actually on the second pair there with Larson. Should do well. Larson, defensive defenseman. Parekh, of course, offensive. And then bottom pairing there is Alexiak and Martinez. Goaltending-wise, Wolf's our starter, 88 overall, with a bunch of X factors now. Honestly, because we have the cap space right now, I think we have like 14 million. Probably should have just signed him long term. As saving money on him right now is not really helping us too much. Vladish, of course, still backing him up. AHL-wise, you got Sergey starting. Andreanov's now in the AHL as his backup. Look at this first line. Dorofeyev, Tija Ginla, and then Beckett Seneca. Like, are you kidding me? Seneca, there's an 80, a Ginla 81 with a few X factors. I'm hoping Ginla can lead the AHL team to their first Calder Cup playoff. You got Denisenko, second line, Nikolaev, Easton Cowan, put Cole's in there, Edstrom, Voigt, Stromgren, Suzuki, Schwinn. Like, the forward group stacked top to bottom. Everybody, basically 79+. Even defensively, Henry thrown in the top pair with Bruce Wicks in 81. Really nowhere for him to play, though, on the NHL team. I feel like Martinez just a lot better defensively. We got Parekh and Sergachev for the power play. So Bruce Wick probably get called up next year. Hopefully, defensive game can get a little bit higher rated. We then have Yermo on the second pairing there with Pollock, who again elite potential. So him and Bruce Wick, I guess, kind of competing for that defensive spot that'll get cleared by Martinez. I mean, Alexiak also is a 1-year deal, but at that point, is it too many offensive defensemen? I don't know. We could try it. Morin and Boltman there on the bottom pair. I already showed you guys the goalies. So both these teams, I think, should be playoff teams. Still no change to captaincy. Backlund wearing the C, Kadri and Anderson wearing the A's, but I will show you guys the ratings here for next season. Like I said, I'm expecting some big things from this team. So we've got 100 offense. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that with a line of rookies. Let's go. Only 85 defense still. I don't get that. We have really good defensive players, but whatever. And then 86 goaltending. So I don't know. I feel like the Battle of Alberta maybe is back on, led by Panarin. All these good young players coming up. Should be exciting times for the Calgary Flames. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.